Wake up, wake up. I got the champagne. We're gonna need it. Yeah, it's about that time. Your favorite street plugs are here to deliver. Good morning. It's your girl Bia.
And your girl Key.
With another episode of Champagne Mornings where we give you a whole lot real early in the morning.
And you might need some champagne with it.
We're going to start this show off with a segment like we do every day called It's Too Early for This. Key, what you got for us?
Man. So, this woman in Texas, 20-year-old woman in Texas, asks her husband, am I pretty? He claims he didn't hear, so he didn't answer because they're at the movies or some shit, right? So she stills off on him.
He probably heard her. He was probably just being an asshole. Dudes be acting like assholes sometimes.
So we still off on him?
She does, obviously. In the movie theater, though, that's excessive.
Like to the point where she got arrested, she was stilling off on him. We know people that still off on their dudes and no cops ever get called. But you was really teeing off on this nigga for the cops to be called.
I mean, in public?
That's true. In public, automatically.
Somebody's gonna call the cops. If you're gonna still off on somebody in public, somebody's gonna call the cops. Like, that's gonna happen.
Especially if it looks
like domestic violence.
People don't know how to mind their business. People know how to mind their business. This woman wouldn't be in jail right now.
Well, maybe she shouldn't have assaulted him because she wasn't feeling cute that day.
She definitely shouldn't have assaulted him because you got self-esteem. How I make you feel some type of way about yourself?
Self-esteem. How I make you change how you feel about your mother and self. I miss Cat Williams.
I seriously miss Cat Williams. He had me dying.
That is hilarious.
I got another one.
Okay.
A Michigan man is suing his parents after they threw out his porn collection. Let me tell you how much this porn collection was worth.
How much?
29 bands.
He spent a lot of money on porn.
Nigga, porn's free.
That's a lot. Some porn's free.
Why are you paying for something that's free?
Maybe it's better quality. Maybe it's specific people that he was looking for. Not all porn is free. How do you think Mimi made $1 million?
She made $1 million off that shit?
Yeah. $1 million.
I know not all porn's free, so maybe he just went and got all their porns, like all the famous people porns.
Or whatever. Like, there's really famous porn stars that make a lot of money as well. All the porn's not free.
All the porn stars I hear about are niggas you can go find on, like, Pornhub and all that shit.
I know some people who's made some pornos and sold them to, like, the sites or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard of people that sold their videos to, like, Pornhub and Xvid, all those shits. I just want to know how they did it. And it was like, put a face mask on. I personally know.
One of the girls who did it, she said, after she did it, she was like, man, she's like, normally, like, when she does, like, sexual photo shoots and things like that, it's always, like, angles where she has a lot of hair, it'll cover her face, like, you know what I mean? She was like, but with that, like, there was no way, like, she was like, you can tell it's me.
You know it's
sure.
me.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life.
That is.
And all the ratchetness I do, porn will not be one of them.
Nigga.
Though if we get famous, a couple videos might get leaked and I can't get mad at it because a nigga know what she did in her past life.
I will be highly upset if any video that I've made.
I mean, I'm going to be pissed with him, but it's kind of like, fuck, I expected that. The moment we started on the come up and I knew I was making you niggas mad, and if you know me, I make niggas mad.
I make niggas mad. I make bitches mad. Like, I just don't win. Like, I don't understand.
No, you got, like I told you yesterday, you attract crazy niggas that attract crazy bitches, and you just lose.
My ex's girl tried to kill me before.
She tried to give her, they're poison marshmallow treats?
Like Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
And
bitch ain't like my sister in ever and randomly says I want to make you something for Christmas.
Yeah, she tried to kill me. She tried to steal my name. We're not about to go we're not about to go into the subject about them guys. Like, that's not gonna happen. But just know I don't win, okay? I don't win at all. So this is some random news that fits nowhere except for right here.
Okay, what is it?
Dolphins use pufferfish to get high.
I knew that.
I was reading an article about dolphins getting high off of pufferfish. So normally pufferfish puff up, they release toxins, and the toxins that they release are actually, one puffer fish has enough toxins to kill 30 humans. It causes you to seize up, it causes your respiratory to seize up, people can't breathe.
Yeah,
like
but dolphins scare them, so they puff up and then get high off of them.
And yeah, puffins are huge. So yeah, literally, like, they finally caught it, like, on camera.
They got a video of it? I want to see it.
Where the dolphins, like, make the puffer fish puff up on purpose and then actually, like, bounce it around to each other, like, almost like they're passing a blunt. That's the only way I can, like, think of to say it. And then they was watching them just be, like, dazed afterwards, and, like, they said they would, like, be floating and just seamlessly gazing off and stuff, like.
Hi ass puffer fish. Right. No, I knew that. I forgot why I learned that. It's one of those random facts that you have no clue why you know, but you knew. I knew that.
Kind of like the fact that I know it now. Like, I was literally.
But you know why you knew it. You were reading something.
Oh yeah, I was reading.
I literally have no clue where I found that out at. It was just, what's a random fact you know? Well, dolphins get high on pufferfish.
It just made it so much more funny because dolphins already, like, when they say animals compared to humans, they already talked about dolphins because of sexual activity. Mm-hmm. You know, so
because they're the only ones that have recreational sex other than humans.
Humans, right? And then now they also just get high, just off of fish, whatever.
In our past life, we were dolphins.
Anyways, Khalees, you remember Khalees?
Yeah.
She sold her $2 million home to buy a farm.
Isn't she going to jail right now?
No. She's living on a farm with her 2 kids and her new husband.
There was just an article released saying that she was getting charged with like 20 counts of, what is it when you don't agree to your go by your parenting plan?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the last article.
That's probably going to get dropped, though.
Why? Because she's a woman? Are you being sexist?
But just most of the time, people only have to pay fines when they don't follow their... Like, I have a parenting plan.
Facts.
If I didn't do my parenting plan, there's nothing that he can actually do to me. Even if he calls the cops are going to tell them that's a civil matter. He needs to take it to court. The only thing he can do is take me to court to be held in contempt of my plan. And then if I'm held in contempt of my plan, unless I'm doing it excessively, they're going to fine me. Even if they threaten, Shirley, you're going to have to do 30 days in jail. Probably not going to do 30 days in jail.
So fuck your parenting plan.
Some people just don't like, and then I actually knew somebody who was fucked up about parenting plans too. And about parents who are just devious for no reason. I worked with this girl, and she had 5 kids, and 3 of them were with her ex-husband, and one of them was 2 of them were a set of twins. But anyways, she would have to meet him. He lived in Portland, so they would have to meet halfway, like an hour out, to exchange kids. But multiple times, he would, instead of bringing the kids, he would bring a restraining order against her. And it would be for some random reason. But as soon as he serves her with the restraining order, he no longer has to return the kids to her until the court makes them later. And like, he did it to her like 3 different times. And when I was there, the reason why I found out is because he had did it to her again. She went to go pick up her kids, and he served her with a restraining order again, talking about she's on drugs and all of this.
Didn't you guys work at a UA lab?
I was about to say, at the time we were working at a UA lab, so the company went ahead and did a hair sample thing for her to be presented to the court, because the UA lab that we worked with actually was directly used by the courts already anyway. You know, so they were able, she had really long hair down to like the middle of her back, so that would show for years and years like she's never used drugs. She didn't even smoke weed. You know, so, but it was just the point that because every time he does that, she has to go weeks without seeing her kids on some bullshit.
That's fucked up. I don't understand parents like that, because I won't just say baby fathers. I know baby mothers that don't let their kids see their kids off dumb shit. I don't understand parents like that, nigga. You're not hurting no one but the kids. Like, kids want to see their other parent.
We had this conversation yesterday. when we were on the way to the club. I'm the only female in the car too when this conversation is going on, but it was actually a good conversation. I'm not going to get much into it. Well, maybe we'll throw it out as a topic later, you know, but definitely was a good subject to talk about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead and play you guys a song, then we'll get into the rest of the show, as always. Let's see. The name of the song that I am going to play for you guys right now is... What should I play? I don't know what I should play.
Can we throw some Dre Love? I was listening to Seduction. Is that what it's called? Last night? Total Seduction. I was listening to that last night.
Dre Love.
I remember how much I like that shit.
This album also, you guys, is a mixtape. It was free. It's a free download. Fire R&B mixtape. Like, if you are one of the ones who people always complain about missing real R&B music, this mixtape that he dropped, like, song after song is fire. So make sure you guys check it out. His name is Dre Love, D-R-A-Y, Dre Love. The name of this song is Total Seduction.
Control in so many ways. I'ma have your legs trembling all night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, you're mine. We ain't gotta waste no time. It's gonna be you and me all night. Yeah, staring in your eyes. It seems like you're ready. Oh yeah, I'm looking on your body, babe. I know it really drives you crazy. Oh, there ain't no telling when we finish. Sex on the counter by the dishes. We fucking in every position. Baby, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with affection, no. Ain't nothing wrong with this kiss and touching. Fucking all night. 'Cause that's what we wanna do tonight. Staring in your eyes, seems like you're ready. It seems. I'm looking on your body, babe. I know it really drives you crazy. The way we own each other.
Okay, again, that was Total Seduction by Dre Love. I know you guys love that. If you love R&B, you can't help but love that.
I was thumping it last night. I know whoever whoever lived in the houses that was near me was mad, or they was feeling it. I might have helped create some kids last night.
I mean, is that a good thing? Like, no, I was playing.
I didn't create my own kids, so
Are you sure about that?
don't come at me like that. On the air, I'm positive. I hope.
On the air, she's positive. In reality, she hopes. Like, that's no plan.
Fuck out of here. Don't be telling these people my life. They don't know me.
Anyways, so previously, we covered how Ice Cube was trying to buy a whole bunch of local radio stations. Remember? What happened, for anybody who hasn't followed this or didn't listen to that episode, is Disney purchased 21st Century Fox, a whole bunch of 21st Century Fox's assets. With that was a lot of Fox News sports channels or whatever. Anyways, Disney is being forced to sell a lot of the local sports stations because they currently have a monopoly over sports and sports news. So they actually have to sell before they can technically fully acquire their assets. But they obviously can choose who they want to sell it to, you know, make sure that as far as money goes, everything is good, you know, people. So Ice Cube's been trying for a while. We had to have covered this like back in like November.
Right. One of our very first episodes. I remember that.
So now Magic Johnson has joined with him. So that's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Go ahead and throw some more people on that. Go ahead and throw maybe Snoop. Snoop can hop in on that.
Yeah. Whoever. You would think that more people would want the local sports station.
Facts. I would love the local sports station.
Because, I mean, especially if people know if you're a big name and you have a local sports station, like as long as you
provide good content.
Exactly. And I was about to say, with Magic Johnson being in the loop with that, he has a lot more sports connects. He might actually be able to get people to want to do more sports shows with them as well. Because even once they acquire these stations, they then have to produce content for these stations that people are going to want. People who are
around
doing the shows are going to want to be paid, you know. And Disney owns ESPN. Like,
Disney fucking owns everything. When I say Disney owns everything, like I feel like Disney don't really sell. They just make the homie go buy it under their name. You know how niggas don't really get rid of their cars when they lose their license. They just make the homie buy it. That's what Disney do.
Yeah, it's really crazy how all of that works. Period. Really. A St. Louis man. So this story right here. If you guys don't know, I had a best friend that was killed by domestic violence.
We had a sister that was killed by domestic violence.
Right. And so to me, it's crazy how these stories be really radical about how things happen. And just like sexual offenders, these are the type of crimes that the police don't really care about. You know? And
they don't care until it's too late.
They don't care until it's too late. So this story, a St. Louis man kept his promise, is what I called it. I was reading about this dude. His name is Samuel Lee Scott, 54 years old in St. Louis. He went to jail for domestic violence. He hit his woman so hard that he damaged her ear and cheekbone.
Like ruptured her eardrum?
Damaged it.
Ooh.
Damaged her ear.
I've known people that's gotten hit that hard though. But like that shit's not, ooh.
Right. So he goes to jail. He had a $5,000 bail set, which we all know means it only took him $500 to get out.
Which ain't shit.
So he got bailed out. When he was getting when he knew he was going to get bailed out, he actually had said that, well, he might as well finish the job since she wants to call the police on him. He got released that night. The girl's friend came over to her house and found her bloody on the floor. And took her into the hospital. Nope, she died the next day.
Damn.
And so now he's back in jail. Bail set to $1 million this time.
Nigga, why we keep giving him a bail?
I mean, ultimately, what? Like, she's already dead now.
I know, he's not going back out to find.
Like,
that's
why do you
crazy.
even have a jail?
That's crazy. Jail might be the safest place for him if she has any type of family like ours.
Yeah. Probably. But, I mean.
No, I'm
don't
not
care
saying
if
I
he's sick or
want him
not.
in jail. I'm not saying I'd rather him be out on the streets. I prefer street justice.
In situations no, any situations that can call for street justice, I prefer street
This
justice.
can call for street
And
justice.
this is definitely something that can call for
I
street
prefer
justice.
street justice when it can be taken into street hands, and this is something that can be taken into street hands.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
That's fucked up that he just was like, fuck it, I'm already going to jail. Let me just go back and kill the bitch. Like, damn, like that?
So I have another story that might be, it's probably can go either way as far as how you could feel about this story, okay?
Okay.
So, Sean King posted on his page about this dude who, he's HIV positive.
I seen that.
Okay, so he's HIV positive, and he was having sex without letting his partners know, but they never actually contracted HIV. However, because they found out that he had it and he didn't talk about it, or he didn't let them know, he went to jail, and now, upon him getting released, he actually has to register as a sex offender.
I go both ways with it, because part of me is like, well, they didn't get it. This man shouldn't have to be like stigmatized and marked like that for the rest of his life. But the other part of me feels like he hella should have told them whether you're so low that it can't be transmitted or what, you know? Mm-hmm. Give me that choice to decide if I'm going to pursue this or not. Stop taking away people's choice, G.
And that's the thing. So as far as like him registering as a sex offender and it affecting him getting work is the only part that I'm like, dang, that sucks. But at the same time, you knew what you had, you knew what you were supposed to do, you knew what you didn't do. That's part of your consequences of your actions, you know?
Right. Like my thing with sex offenders, that means like that affects where he lives. Like you said, that's going to affect where he works. All of that type of shit, which it didn't need to be that, you know? But all you had to do was be honest, my G.
Right.
And that's where we have a problem.
And the good thing about him having to register as a sex offender is that when that notice goes out, it tells you what they did. So it's not like people are going to be looking at him and running to hide their children. They're going to know, like, okay, he has HIV if you're trying to start messing with him, for everybody who lives around him within whatever radius. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so that's where it's like, well, all they're basically saying is, since you don't want to let nobody know, we have to
let everybody know.
Let people know on your behalf, because we can't trust you to let people know.
And that's all you have to do is be honest. I personally know somebody.
It would be hard to be honest.
I could see how that. Then you don't. I could see how it could be hard. I could see how that'd be hella hard to be like, hey, I got this. Mm-hmm. It's stigmatized. It's not nothing anybody wants to risk catching. I get it, you know.
Yeah, and I probably figured as long as he's using condoms and not transmitting it,
and then his tests are so low, because now they have it where like if you're so low, it doesn't really get transmitted and stuff. I personally know somebody. Yeah, the only reason I know these things is because I was going to say, I personally know somebody that did not have HIV and dated somebody with HIV. Mm-hmm. And he told him, because at first it was two men. It was definitely two men. And he was like, he hasn't slept with me. Like, we've been together. They were like on the verge of moving in and shit. Mm-hmm. And he was like, we still haven't slept together. And I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. Like, I know you. That's not your life. What's going on here? Mm-hmm. And he was like, I really don't know. And then like, later that week, they had the conversation like, hey, I'm positive type shit. And he was like, all right, so what? But old boy came to him with the facts. Like, look, I'm positive. We don't have to take it there. We can take it there. You can tell me where you want to pursue in this. He was like, but they do have that PrEP pill, so you can take it that you can't get it. Mines are low. You can go to the doctor with me to prove that what I'm saying is not lying. Mm-hmm. They ended up like pursuing the relationship. I don't ever think they ever ended up smashing, and then they broke up. And I was like, that's a lot. That's a lot. But have that conversation. You might get a nigga like him that's willing to be like, all right.
Yeah, that's true. You never really know. Speaking of you bringing up just your friend and he was gay, there's a man who's running for president who is gay. He's openly gay. The article was like, his name is Pete Buttigieg. I don't know how to say it. So the article literally says this man, he's starting to run for president. He's gonna go as a Democrat. If he wins, he'll be America's first gay president. And the reason why this bothered me is because you don't know the sexual orientation of all them presidents. Like, even if they had a wife, they could have still been gay.
Seriously,
Why
what's
are you
his
using
beliefs?
this as marketing for presidency?
So that he's using that as his marketing.
Well,
or are they using that to counter him? Like,
they're
oh,
using
don't
that-
have the
no,
gay president.
It wasn't like a counter to it. It was just announcing it as that. Instead of announcing, so normally if you're announcing somebody as president, you're gonna say former district attorney
From
so
blah,
and
blah,
so,
blah.
who's done this for the community and that for the community, this, that, and the next. This article had no
facts about what he did,
no background about him or anything.
other than
That
he
was
was
all
gay.
it said, and it made me think. Like, it's immediately as I read this, I'm like, so is this an attempt at a marketing campaign? Like, a part of it? Because you have to think, like, his team, if he has one, is going to be the ones releasing this. Say this to this newscast. Say this to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is the first one I've seen of this, so I'm waiting for it to develop. But I do believe, like, if that's part of the marketing, like, that's horrible. You don't know who was gay.
Right, but what's sad is that that would actually be a pretty good marketing campaign. Because just like we've discussed how the gays, like, sometimes seek attention. Like, if you don't give them attention, or you just be like, I'm not with it, like, I'm not judging you, I'm just not with it, they'll get all in their feelings. Like when they were on the Nipsey shit, we've had those discussions. They support nonstop too. Like, gays, if they think you're with them, you can do no wrong.
Yeah.
But that's what the problem is with blacks right now. When we go for black presidents and people like Ben Carson and shit, that even though they're black, they're not always with us.
Yeah.
You can't give people your support just because you relate to this one aspect of their life. You know what's different about you and them? You're fucking broke.
Yeah, that's true when it comes to, like, the support of like, people supporting their own groups. And I was saying this last night in the when I was on the way to the club.
You guys had a lot of interesting. Our team has a lot of interesting conversations on the
I
way to the club. It
know.
don't be shots. They'd be like, all right, take this shot. So now, when you were 10 years old, right?
So, you made me lose my whole train of thought. This is horrible. What was we talking about?
Supporting your own groups.
Okay, I was saying how we were talking about the different areas of Seattle, you know what I mean, and the diversity that we have in Seattle. And then I was saying how, or somebody said that there was a lot of African communities in Kent. And I was like, well, I grew up in the South End, and there was definitely a lot of, like, Ethiopians in a community of them in the South,
Somalians, yeah.
and Somalians in the South End, and how and then it automatically, like, you know, they stick together kind of thing. Because what I was saying is, if you're a Black American, you actually don't have any culture to, like, identify with.
Facts.
So a lot of people, even now with a lot of genealogy and ancestry and things like that, people are looking to go find these roots. Like, their roots are from Kenya, say, you know, so now their roots are from Kenya and they look more into it. But if you are looking at it in all honesty, those Kenyans are still going to see you as foreign, because you're not from, you're not like them, you're not from where they're from, regardless of what your blood DNA is saying, you know. And I was saying that to also say, like, you know, unless, like, K-Fi, he's Panamanian. His mom, or even him, was actually born in Panama.
Right.
You know, my ex-husband's Bayesian. His parents were born in Barbados. You know what I mean? So even
They're
though
first
he's
generation.
Black here, first generation here, he has roots. Like, he's Bayesian. There's no question about it. You know, as a Black American, you don't have that roots, because part of the whole slavery and everything, that was part of the plan. They purposely split up families so that they could not continue to teach them their own background. Like, that was literally they split up the
Husband from the wife, the
husband
kids
from
from the
wife, and
parents.
the kid from the parent, even if that meant taking one kid and basically putting that responsibility on another random Black person, because then they don't have to worry about stuff being passed down, and then you lose your history.
Right.
Which is what we have. We don't have our our full background of history, we don't have the ability to identify with any specific place.
And they will remind you that. Like, if you've ever interacted with Africans or like Haitians in Jamaica, they will remind you that you're just black.
And that's exactly what I was saying. I was like, so when I get into the argument about people saying, if black is not, you shouldn't be writing back, you should be writing African American. Black's not a race. Black is a color.
No, we are black.
No, we're not, because if you can't say that, because the Africans they're going to be like, they're not African. We're not African.
We're not.
You know what I mean? We're just, we don't have it. That's why we didn't make our own flag.
Sidebar, I just found out that one of my friends that me and him have been cool for a while now. He was like, yeah, I'm going back to Ethiopia. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I bought my plane ticket back. You coming with me? I said, nigga, when did you become Ethiopian? Like, when did that happen? I don't remember that part. He was like, I was born there, right? What? Like, our whole friendship is a lie.
You couldn't tell that? Usually Ethiopians have really strong features.
No, bruh, you can't. He just looked like another nigga.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like a nigga from, like, Louisiana or some shit, but he's from Cali. I should have known right then. Cali niggas.
Cali.
That's why he got put in the best friend zone, or good friend zone.
I was saying that to somebody, how like I literally didn't want to move to California because I just didn't want to date a dude from Cali. They just don't appear to be the kind of dudes I want to date.
I was on the phone with somebody
yesterday. That's tragic. Like, yeah.
I was on the phone with somebody yesterday, one of the Seattle niggas, and he was like, oh, you're talking big shit. And I was like, nah, nigga, you just over there acting like a Seattle nigga, so I had to treat you like a Seattle nigga. And he was like, something, oh yeah, you like them Cali niggas. I said, y'all one in the fucking same, bruh. Like, you
Seattle's
niggas are the same. What the?
Close second to Cali.
I said, I don't talk to none of you niggas. I'm good. No Seattle niggas. I don't want no Tacoma niggas. No Cali niggas. No West Coast niggas. I don't want you from Vegas.
But we also West Coast.
You're right, but my nigga got to be from somewhere else, okay? I literally, people like, oh, you're cute. Where you from? Where you from?
Right. Where are you from? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and play another song for you guys, and we'll come back and end this episode of Champagne Mornings. Appreciate you tapping in with us. If you are listening to this on Facebook or YouTube or any other platform other than Street Plug Radio, make sure you tap into Street Plug Radio. All you have to do is download a free app called TuneIn. Search Street Plug Radio. Make sure you hit the heart, favorite the station, so that we pop up for you. And you can listen to us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. and music all day, every day, 7 days a week. I'm going to go ahead and play another song for you right now. The name of this song is Eat Eat Baby.
Eat Eat Baby.
By City G.
Eat Eat Baby.
Soul going crazy.
New iPhone, going crazy. I keep that baby 380. Niggas fugazi. I'm on the block trying to make it. They heard I was solid, now they trying to break it. I got your bitch with me now, she naked. Just threading on me, it look like it was tailored. Nothing but boss niggas sit at my table. If I cut you off, then I did you a favor. This chopper cut short, come and get you a taper. I'm in the trenches like naughty by nature. I see you later if you not in my favor. I'm dripping wet like a burger from Baker's. We keep a cloud, you would swear we was Haitian. My niggas cool, we ain't got too much patience. I keep that fire like I was Jamaican. Got niggas hating, I'm just trying to make it. This money I got, boy, I'm just trying to save it. I know how I feel when you ain't got no paper. Hustling, stealing, you got it, we take it. I don't give a fuck anything for my babies. I got a plan with a strong foundation. We taking off on a long vacation. Take her with me, give her long penetration. The king of the vibe, let the aroma sedate her. Just bought a new pit, I named it Terminator. My heart turned to stone, ain't no love for you haters. Mayweather shit, take the squad to Vegas. Pull up in coupe, got them all different flavors. I'm in the game, don't I look like a player? If he say no, then we know he a hater. Bake a cake for a nigga and cater. Fuck what you talking, bitch, I'm on my way up. Eat, baby.
Loose soul going crazy.
New iPhone, going crazy. I keep that baby 380. Niggas fugazi. I'm on the block trying to make it. They heard I was solid, now they trying to break it. I got your bitch with me now, she naked. This thread on me, it look like it was tailored. Nothing but boss niggas sit at my table. If I cut you off, then I did you a favor. New iPhone, going crazy. I keep that baby 380. Niggas fugazi. I'm on the block tryna make it. They heard I was solid, now they tryna break it. I got your bitch with me now, she naked. This thread on me, it look like it was tailored. Nothing but boss niggas sit at my table. If I cut you off, then I did you a favor.
Eat, baby.
I love that song just for that.
Just for that part right there.
Just for that. Well, no, he got
He goes off, but
right. I'm about to steal one of his lines for a caption. He said they heard I was solid. So they trying to break it. Like, yeah.
they do be trying
They
that.
heard
Bro.
I was solid and they trying to break it.
Then they don't want no smoke when they try and break shit.
No smoke. It's that post that I posted the other day. They always say they want the smoke, but don't nobody want to inhale.
You're right. Them niggas be rattled when the smoke come their way.
I'm gonna bring the smoke, baby.
I'm with all the shenanigans.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. I'm like 50 Cent petty for real. I've been trying to hold back.
We just ain't got the money to be 50 Cent petty because
No, somebody posted on my timeline the other day, like 50 Cent shows you why they shot this nigga 9 times. Like
he was probably like Nip. They said Nip when he walked away the first time, dude came back because Nip was talking shit. That was 50 Cent. He was like, that's why I ain't even hurt, bitch.
Right, like I could see, I'm not trying to get shot 9 times, so I'm gonna tone it down a little, but just know I really am 50 Cent petty out there.
Listen, we had whole petty words towards each other sitting next to each other.
Facts.
Imagine if we really don't like your ass and ain't nothing off limits, bruh.
Oh man, that's where it's gonna get bad, when there's absolutely nothing off limits.
Like, we know shit about each other that y'all would never know. We sisters. It should be like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We can't use that in petty wars. Then you crossing the border disrespectful. But if you a bitch I don't fuck with,
Right.
all the tea, all the fun.
Facts. So, black business, before we get out of here?
Want to go ahead and shout out Pyrex Clothing since that's what you're looking at?
Pyrex Clothing, Crew Boys Verse has his clothes line. He got printed shirts. Make sure you guys tap in with him. I think he has like hoodies and hats too. I'm not gonna lie. So make sure you guys tap in with him. Pyrex Clothing, Crew Boys Verse is where you have to hit him to get it. Crew Boys.
Can we
with a
acknowledge
Z.
we've shouted out his family at least 3 times for business? Shout out to that family for over there trying to make some things shake. Because he had his Dads Over Deadbeats, which was one of our first business shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we shouted out Brianna, or halfway shouted out Brianna, for her eyelashes, which I still can't remember the name, but I need to go get my lashes done. Mom, about to hit you as soon as I can. As soon as I can schedule some time in my life. And now we got Pyrex Clothing. So shout out to their family as a unit just trying to make some things shake. I like when I see that. The man and the woman trying to better, because typically, if you're a bitch about your hustle and your nigga's not, it doesn't work. If you're a nigga about your hustle and your bitch is not, it may work, you know? But if you're both about your hustle, it's going to go far.
Yep, love it. All right, well, that's all for Champagne Morning today. Appreciate you guys for tapping in.
Her ass can't
goodness.
talk.
This is what happens when
Eat, babe.
Oh, goodness. I'm out of here. Shout out to you guys for listening to Champagne Mornings. Go ahead and finish listening to Street Plug Radio.